Alright, so I've put it off for this long. Now I guess I gotta talk about Saw 3D. Shooting a bunch of shit today. I was out of town over the weekend. I saw the movie on Friday. I saw opening night, and here it is, Monday night. I got no excuses as to why I can't sit here and talk about this. Saw 3D. Saw 3D fucking sucks. In a series that is built around bullshit moments that I could deal with, that I thought were fine, that it didn't bother me, whatever, it's a horror movie, it can have bullshit moments in it, whatever, I don't care. This one ends with a bullshit moment that not only takes the movie from mediocre to this sucks, but it is just fucking unforgivable how this fucking thing ends. And the fact that this is the last one, that after 7 movies, this is how it ends? Fuck that! I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, this sucked. Thank God it's over. No, you know what? I want another Saw movie. I do. I want another one after this. Because this ending is weak. It blows. It is fucking horse shit. I haven't been this pissed off about an ending since Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. And I know that was more like the book. I don't care. That ending sucked. And so does this one. You want to know how it ends? Do you remember the ending to Saw 2? That's how this one ends. This one ends like that. Imagine if Saw 2 had that fucking open ending, and then nothing. Well, some people might like that if they didn't like the Saw movies, but I genuinely like the Saw movies. It kind of got to the point to where I went to go see them because it was kind of tradition, more like out of tradition than it was, I really fucking gotta see this movie. Once it got to like 5 and 6 and this new one, my intent to go see it was a couple of things. I went to go see it because, really, for me and my friends, at this point, it is just tradition. It doesn't matter what the other one was like. We gotta see the new one. And we want to go see it to see Costas Mandylor be badass for 90 minutes. You're gonna see Costas Mandylor and that much stuff anymore. So, I fucking love Costas Mandylor. So, that was, at least, if anything, you get to see Costas Mandylor being awesome. And in Saw 3D, Costas Mandylor is awesome. They don't use him as much as they should. You know what this movie should have been? This movie should have been... Alright, now if you remember how the 6th one ended, the 6th one ended with Betsy Russell putting the reverse bear trap on Costas Mandylor, and he escapes, gets out of it with a big fucking scar across her face. She leaves. That's how the 6th one ended. This movie, Saw 3D, Saw 7, the whole thing... is this big finale. They should have gone like a Vice Squad way with it, where Betsy Russell goes to the cops and says that Detective Hoffman is after her, which she does do in this movie, and then the rest of it could be they're trying to protect her, while Costas Mandylor is like fucking Ramrod in Vice Squad, ripping through fucking town, doing what he can to fucking kill this character. That's what I wanted to see out of this movie. Apparently that's what Lloyd wanted to see, too. That's what this movie should have been. That would have been great. But that's almost a minor subplot in this fucking thing. The rest of it is, Sean Patrick Flanery. Oh, I didn't even realize it was him until the movie was over. I thought he looked a little familiar when I was watching it. I thought he looked kind of familiar, but I was like, okay, I'm sure I saw him in something. It was like, oh, Sean Patrick Flanery, okay. I'm used to seeing him act like a retard in the Boondock Saints movies. But actually, he's pretty good in this. But his whole story is, whatever, I don't care. And his whole story, it doesn't even make sense. Like, he is the character who, like, the game is happening to in this movie. He plays a guy who pretends to be one of the survivors of Jigsaw, and he writes a book, puts out a book, this whole false story and everything. And then, of course, he's kidnapped, he's put into this game where he has to try to save, like, his publicist, his friend, his wife, like his whole crew and everything. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. This whole movie should have been Costas Mandylor trying to kill Betsy Russell. Which, between Detective Hoffman and Jigsaw's ex-wife, I think that frequently throughout this movie, I think they want us to root for her. That ain't fucking happening. Not when Costas Mandylor is the other person. I'm fucking rooting for Costas Mandylor. He's cool. And so, it honestly, the whole thing with, like, him pretending to be, like, this survivor and everything, and, like, he's in, like, a group of other Jigsaw survivors, it actually doesn't really make sense. Is at one point in this series, Shawnee Smith was supposedly the only survivor, and you can chalk that up to, well, that was the first movie, maybe that was a while ago. No! There's a flashback in this fucking thing, where this guy is watching the news in a bar and he sees a survivor talking, and then he gets the idea to concoct this survivor story. So you've got from there to him, like, on this press tour with this book. So you gotta figure that took him at least a fucking year to do that shit. And it wasn't a year prior that all the events in the first one happened. Like, where are these fucking survivors coming from? Maybe we should see their movies. Maybe their movies are more interesting than this one. Oh, God, what else can I fucking bitch about? Okay, well, on the trailer, they show you that Carrie Elwes is in this again. And that's part of the fucking bullshit moment. Like, alright, I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this fucking thing. Alright, so Detective Hoffman, Costas Mandylor, he pretty much like gets away with everything, right? He's escaping, he's down shit in gasoline, he's like burning his lair, and so he pretty much gets away. And then he's kidnapped by Carrie Elwes and two other people who we don't know who they are because they're in masks, and the movie doesn't explain it. So, and then he kidnaps Costas Mandylor and then puts him in the bathroom from the first movie. He chains him up to, like, the toilet or the pipe or whatever. The end! Oh, of course, well, you have to have Carrie Elwes say the game over and shut the thing. Oh, yeah, they give us the game over. Not once, but twice in this fucking movie. The other time was about 5 minutes prior, where, spoiler, Costas Mandylor says it to, Jigsaw's ex-wife, which was actually a pretty gratifying scene. And then we see flashbacks where apparently Carrie Elwes, as Dr. Gordon, has been helping Jigsaw all throughout these fucking movies. Starting with the end of the first one. At the end of the first one, apparently Jigsaw found Dr. Gordon, he nursed him back to health, and now Dr. Gordon's helping him? No! What the fuck? No, I can buy Shawnee Smith. She's like a fucking crackhead junkie. I can buy that. I can buy Costas Mandylor because he's a crooked ass cop and he was getting blackmailed. I buy that. No, not the Dr. Gordon character. You know what? I want to believe that this movie ended with Costas Mandylor getting away with it. If I just take out that last couple minutes, it's mediocre. Yeah, okay, just Carrie Elwes, he never came back. He died from his leg wound. All right, let's just fucking say that happened and Costas Mandylor got away with it. I want to say that, but I can't because I actually know how this fucking movie ends. I actually know that this ending was complete and utterly fucking bullshit. And then what was it they said about this movie? They said this fucking thing, that they were gonna make a Saw 7 and a Saw 8, but then like part 6 didn't do well at the box office, so they're like, okay, well we'll condense 7 and 8 into one movie, and you have bam, Saw 3D. No! I don't fucking believe that's what they did! I think they just took their existing script to Saw 7, filmed that, and we're not gonna get a part 8! Ugh, fuck! Ugh. It's like how we'll never get a season 4 of Deadwood. And I'm not saying that Saw is as good as Deadwood. I'm saying, like, great, now there's another entry of that we're not gonna fucking see after 7 fucking movies. And this is how it ends. Fuck that! Ugh. Like I said, I hope they make another one. You know what horror franchises have done this before? Freddy's Dead, Jason Goes to Hell, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Make another one. Fuck. Fucking make another one. You know, and make it a fucking finale. This thing was a finale as much as the 24 finale was a finale. It's just another, it's just the worst Saw sequel, for one, that happens to be the finale, that has an open fucking ending. And you know Costas Mandylor can get out of that shit. You want to know how? Because we've seen someone in that situation get out of that fucking bathroom with the Donnie Wahlberg, Detective Matthews character. We know he can fucking get out of it, and so Dr. Gordon is going to go along his merry way with these two other fucking strangers who we've never seen before. Oh, horse shit. Fucking horse shit. And the 3D sucked too. The 3D, like, I know it's shot in 3D, but they didn't do anything with it. There's a couple things like blood will fly out of the screen. Dr. Gordon throws a saw at the camera at the end. There's this mechanism with these three spikes coming out of it that sort of come towards the camera, but it's lame. You know, whatever. You can probably watch this thing in 2D. You wouldn't even notice it's supposed to be in 3D, except the title. Except for the fact it's called Saw 3D. Whatever. And a lot of the stuff in this fucking movie was, like, repeated from previous shit. Because, like, for instance, like, the guy pretending to be a Saw victim, and then he gets kidnapped. It's like Costas Mandylor was trying to pin a murder on Jigsaw, and then he gets kidnapped. How stupid are some of these fucking people? Like, what the fuck? This guy's sitting around like, I'm gonna pretend to be a Jigsaw victim. A guy who kidnaps people and tortures them for being corrupt. Did it ever occur to you he might come after you? Wait until he's dead, man. Wait until he's been caught. Fucking shit. And this guy put out this book, like, when Jigsaw was still alive, because it flashes back and Jigsaw comes up to him at a book signing. It's like one of two scenes that Tobin Bell is actually in. Oh, I don't know what else I could bitch about this movie. You know, I still wanted to like this movie, because I do kind of, I liked Saw 1, I liked Saw 2, I liked 3, 4 was okay, 4 was kind of fun, 5 sucked, 6 was worth it just because it gave itself a political message, that was really funny, so 6 was kind of worth it, but even once it, like, what I liked about them is that it wasn't just like an Eli Roth suckfest like Hostel. I mean, the Saw movies, for at least the first 4, you know, I mean, I liked how they were all kind of giant puzzles, and, you know, you would see stuff in 4 that would explain some stuff from 2, or even some stuff from 5 that might explain some stuff from Part 3. They all, like, kind of interconnected with each other. Like, it was a horror franchise where you couldn't just go into any of them without having seen a previous one. You know, they all tell this story that seems to take place in a fairly short amount of time. Like, was it like 3, 4, and 5 all take place, like, within the same time. And I like that. I do. I thought, you know, I thought that for the most part, the writers here, they did a good job with a lot of them. When it got to be around 6, it was like they was like, fuck it, we'll just throw in shit that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like in Saw 5, it's showing that Costas Mandylor was helping out Jigsaw, and it hinted at that, like, Amanda didn't know about Costas Mandylor because Amanda would say something to Jigsaw, leave, and then with, like, this fake door, like he might as well have come from behind a bookcase, like out of a Scooby-Doo fucking cartoon. Costas Mandylor would come out like, oh, 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 make sure she wasn't there, and then he would talk to Jigsaw. Like, it put forth this idea that the two weren't aware of each other. And then in 6, they're fully aware of each other. They're standing in the same room together. They're fucking helping each other out. They're moving bodies and shit, and Jigsaw is like, I am so proud of the both of you. Fuck, I haven't even seen the previous movie. So once it got to be around there, it's like, alright, well, they're just doing whatever. You know, that's a bullshit moment, but that was a bullshit moment that I was like, oh, well, alright, whatever. You fuck you, but alright, this movie's kind of entertaining, I guess. But 7, no, not buying it. Not fucking buying it, man. No way, not fucking buying it. No, I'm not. This movie sucks. This movie sucks ass. There's a guy, there is a guy in it who is kind of funny. He's like sort of the main cop in the movie, and he's a lot more likable than the one in 4 and 5. I forget the actor's name, the one who died at the end of 5. There's an internal affairs officer who's investigating this, and he's kind of fun. Like, Jigsaw's ex-wife is like sitting there, and he's like, "The second I laid eyes on you, I knew you were fucking crazy. To what? You got something to say to me? Fucking crazy. Alright, tell me what you gotta say. Crazy. You fucking crazy. I know you're fucking crazy." He's kind of funny. Like, what do you mean we have to move her? It's called a safe house! And then this guy offs it at the fucking end of it when he steps into a room, which must be like the same setup of room from... You remember the temple area in GoldenEye when you go to get the golden gun, and if you step on the wrong tile, these giant machine guns pop up, and that's what happens when him and like a few other guys step forth in this fucking room. Same fucking guns. Like, what triggered that off? Is this like GoldenEye? They stepped on the wrong tile? Alright, whatever. But, like I said, I want to... This isn't me saying this movie sucks and thank God it's over with. No, I want this series to have a good finale. I want it to have a finale that's like a fucking finale. And this isn't it. Oh my God, this is so not it. It would have been like if the final Nightmare on Elm Street was part 5. Ugh. Oh, man. And then there's some of it just oh god, like the scene that you see in the trailer with the trap with like the buzz saws and the girl hanging over it and the two guys pushing saws at each other. It doesn't even seem like it should fit in the same movie. It's so stupid. It's like the first scene in the movie, and the girl's like, I love you, kill him or else I will die. And the other guy's like, and then when like the other guy starts kind of getting far along, she's like, no, I love you, please, don't let me die. And they're both like, fuck this fucking bitch, she's fucking playing us. Ugh. And then she falls on the thing, like all her organs fucking fly out and shit. I'm sitting there like, this is like a lover. Since when does Jigsaw kill people for being in a lover's quarrel? What the hell? Like, oh man, weird love triangle. Oh, we need torture to teach them a lesson. What? Doesn't even make sense. What does he care? I realize that most of the situations it's like, what does he care? But in this one especially, like, he might as well have gone to like a high school and killed some girl for cheating on her boyfriend. And plus there's a death at the end of this movie that's actually really cruel. Like, even for a Saw movie, I'm sitting there like, this is... I feel kind of dirty watching this particular death scene. Like this, in context to all the other death scenes and who they were sort of happening to throughout this series, this one is not only exceptionally cruel, but it's cruel in who it's happening to. Like, this is I don't know, this is a little much. This part's a little much. I should feel really fucking bad now. Realize you're supposed to feel bad, but like, oh no, I don't know. This is a little much. I'm not buying it. There's fuck this movie. Fuck this fucking movie. That's all I gotta say. Fuck it. Fuck it hard. Fuck it hard. Yeah, exactly, Lloyd. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm done. I'm done with this. I guess this is the last time I'm talking about a Saw movie, so I guess it's over with. Whatever. Fuck this movie hard. Fuck. I'm done. See ya.